Every morning, before the noise begins, you stand at the doorway of a new day. And in that small moment, before the rush, before the thoughts, before the world reaches for you, you have a choice: to build your mind, or to let it drift. Your mind is your greatest companion and your greatest enemy. It can lead you toward peace or pull you toward chaos. It can shape your destiny or quietly destroy it. Every morning, you have the opportunity to train it. Just as the body grows stronger through repetition, the mind becomes disciplined through daily reflection. The Stoics knew this. They practiced it like warriors of the soul. They didn't wait for peace to appear. They built it, thought by thought, morning by morning. Here are 12 life lessons to build your mind every morning. Lessons born from Stoic philosophy, refined by time, and proven by the human experience. They are not simply ideas. They are mental disciplines, ways to shape how you think, feel, and live. Let us begin. Lesson 1. Master your morning. Master your mind. The first lesson is simple, and yet it changes everything. Your morning is your foundation. The way you start shapes the way you think. The Stoics began each day with reflection. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "At dawn, when you wake up unwillingly, have this thought: I am rising to do the work of a human being." He didn't wake up searching for comfort. He woke up to fulfill his duty. You don't need to fill your morning with noise, scrolling, or comparison. You need to build a ritual, a moment of clarity that prepares your mind for life. Wake up early enough to meet yourself. Breathe, reflect. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? This single act of intention changes the trajectory of your entire day. The person who controls the morning does not get lost in the day. Lesson 2. Control the controllables. The Stoics built peace through logic by separating what they could control from what they could not. Epictetus said, "Some things are in our control and others are not." It sounds obvious, but most of our stress comes from forgetting this truth. You can't control the weather. You can't control what people think of you. You can't control outcomes, timing, or luck. But you can control your effort, your focus, and your response. The modern mind is trained to chase control everywhere, to manipulate, to overthink, to demand. But the wise mind chooses control selectively. Every morning, remind yourself, today, I will not waste energy on what I cannot change. That single thought can save you hours of frustration and years of inner conflict. Control is not about power, it's about peace. Lesson 3. Build emotional armor. The world will test you through disappointment, rejection, and the unexpected. You cannot stop that, but you can build armor. Emotional armor is not numbness, it's resilience. It's the ability to face discomfort without falling apart. Every morning, imagine yourself as a soldier of the mind. Your shield is awareness, your sword is reason. Your armor is self-control. When someone offends you, you do not react. You pause. When life frustrates you, you do not curse it. You observe. When pain arrives, you do not run. You breathe through it. Your emotions are natural, but your reaction is optional. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." Freedom comes when your peace no longer depends on circumstances. Train this daily, even for 1 minute each morning, and your emotional armor will grow unbreakable. Lesson 4. See obstacles as training. To a weak mind, obstacles are reasons to quit. To a strong mind, they are invitations to grow. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every challenge is mental weightlifting. The heavier it is, the stronger it makes you, if you lift it with the right mindset. When something difficult happens, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, What is this trying to teach me? That question rewires your mind from victimhood to growth. Each morning, prepare for resistance. Remind yourself that the world owes you nothing, and that struggle is not punishment, but practice. Obstacles reveal your true self. They test what you have built and help you build more. A Stoic does not avoid difficulty. He transforms it into fuel. Lesson 5. Guard your thoughts. Your mind is a garden. If you let weeds grow, they will choke everything beautiful. Every thought you repeat becomes a seed, and what you plant daily becomes your reality. If you constantly think, "I can't," your brain starts to believe it. If you constantly think, "I am not enough," your actions begin to shrink. But if you plant strength, gratitude, patience, and discipline, your mind becomes fertile ground for peace. Guard your thoughts the way a king guards his gates. Do not let negativity enter freely. The Stoics practiced mental watchfulness, observing every thought that passed through their mind, and deciding whether to keep it or let it go. You are not your thoughts. You are the gatekeeper. Each morning, watch your thoughts rise. Keep the ones that build you. Release the ones that poison you. Lesson 6. Practice gratitude as a discipline. Gratitude is not a feeling, it's a practice. The Stoics didn't wait to feel grateful. They chose gratitude intentionally, especially when life was difficult. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself each morning, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Gratitude rewires your perception. It turns ordinary mornings into sacred moments. Look around, not with longing, but with awareness. Your breath, your shelter, your strength, your lessons, even your pain, because it refines you. When you start your day with gratitude, envy loses its grip, complaints dissolve, comparison fades. You no longer chase happiness, you see it in what's already here. Each morning, list 3 things you are grateful for, not in words alone, feel them. Gratitude is not the reward for peace, it is the cause of it. Lesson 7. Simplify your desires. The modern world teaches you to want endlessly. More money, more validation, more everything. But the Stoics understood that desire is the root of discontent. Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Your mind becomes free when your needs become simple. Each morning, ask yourself, what do I really need to live well today? You'll realize most of what you chase is unnecessary. Peace isn't found in excess, it's found in clarity. Simplify your space, simplify your goals, simplify your expectations. When the noise fades, you'll hear the calm. When the clutter disappears, you'll see your direction. The less you need, the more power you have. Lesson 8. Train your focus. Like a muscle, attention is the currency of life. Where your attention goes, your life follows. In a distracted world, focus is a superpower. Each morning, decide what deserves your energy and what doesn't. Don't waste your mind scrolling through the lives of others. Use that time to build your own. Epictetus taught, "If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." That means, don't follow trends, follow truth. Train your focus to stay on your purpose even when others chase noise. The Stoic mind is not restless, it is rooted. It moves deliberately, calmly, without rush. Set one clear intention for your day. Protect it like a flame in the wind. That single act of focus will separate you from 99% of the world lesson. 9. Embrace discomfort. Modern minds avoid discomfort. Stoic minds seek it. Comfort weakens the soul. Challenge strengthens it. Every morning, do one small thing that is uncomfortable. Wake up earlier. Take a cold shower. Train when you don't feel like it. Start a difficult task. These acts are not punishments. They are training grounds for resilience. If you only act when it's easy, you'll never build strength. If you only move when you feel ready, you'll never move far. The Stoics didn't chase pain, but they didn't flee from it either. They met it with courage and reason. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show what men are." So when the morning feels heavy, smile. It's an opportunity to practice endurance, patience, and willpower. Discomfort is not the enemy. It's the gym where your character grows. Lesson 10. Don't argue with reality. The Stoics mastered the art of inner peace through acceptance. They knew that suffering increases when we resist what is. You can waste your morning fighting the world, or you can use that energy to live well within it. When something happens, good or bad, your first response should be awareness, not judgment. Say to yourself, "It is what it is. Now, what can I do wisely?" That simple phrase cuts through 90% of emotional turmoil. Arguing with reality never changes it. It only drains your strength. Acceptance is not submission, it's alignment. It means saying yes to life as it comes and choosing your best response. Seneca wrote, "Fate leads the willing and drags the unwilling." Each morning, remind yourself to walk with fate, not against it. You will feel lighter, calmer, freer. The first 10 lessons have built the foundation of your mind: control, focus, gratitude, resilience, acceptance. But the mind is not built only for itself. It is built to serve, to connect, to live consciously in the present moment. The last 2 lessons bring this full circle. They take philosophy out of theory and anchor it into life itself. Lesson 11. Live to serve, not to impress. The Stoics believed that the purpose of life was not pleasure, but virtue. Not self-promotion, but service. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is your profession? To be a good man." In a world that constantly screams, "Look at me," the Stoic whispers, "How can I help?" Every morning, shift your focus from ego to impact. Ask yourself, what can I give today? Whose life can I make lighter? How can I contribute, even in small ways? When you serve, you strengthen your spirit. When you give without expectation, you rise above vanity. Service is not limited to grand acts. It's in the way you speak to others, the patience you show, the work you do with integrity, the kindness you give freely. Epictetus reminded his students that virtue was not a theory, but a way of being. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. To live for service is to live with purpose. It's to understand that fulfillment is not found in taking, but in giving meaning to what you do. When you wake in the morning, remember, today I serve. Serve with your effort, your attention, your example. The mind built for service is indestructible because it lives for something larger than itself. Lesson 12. Be fully present. Now is all you have. The final lesson, the heart of all Stoicism, is presence. The past is gone, the future is uncertain, but this moment, this breath, this heartbeat is entirely yours. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." The mind that constantly wanders through what-ifs and regrets, forgets to live presence, is the practice of returning, again and again, to what is right here. When you eat, taste the food. When you walk, feel the ground beneath you. When you work, give it your full attention. When you rest, rest completely. Presence is not just a mental exercise. It is the essence of peace. Every morning as you rise, ground yourself in the awareness of now. Before you move, before you think, before you plan, pause. Feel your breath. Feel the air on your skin. Notice that you are alive. Nothing else is guaranteed, and nothing else is required. The Stoics practiced presence through observation and reflection. They wrote, not to remember the future, but to understand themselves in the moment. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that this present breath, this flicker of consciousness, was the only thing he ever truly owned. He wrote, "Do every act of your life as if it were your last." That doesn't mean rushing or fearing death. It means living with intention, being awake to your choices, being aware that this moment matters. Because one day, you'll realize that your entire life was made up of nows, and the more you were present for them, the richer your life became. So every morning, whisper the final truth: be here now. Integrating the 12 lessons. You now hold 12 lessons, 12 anchors to begin each day with awareness and strength. Let's bring them together. 1. Master your morning, master your mind. 2. Control the controllables. 3. Build emotional armor. 4. See obstacles as training. 5. Guard your thoughts. 6. Practice gratitude as a discipline. 7. Simplify your desires. 8. Train your focus like a muscle. 9. Embrace discomfort. 10. Don't argue with reality. 11. Live to serve, not to impress. 12. Be fully present. Now is all you have. Each lesson is a tool, a key to mental freedom. And like all tools, their power depends on use. Philosophy that stays in the mind dies there. But philosophy that moves into action changes who you are. Every morning, take a few minutes to run through these lessons. You don't need to memorize them. You need to feel them, one by one, like quiet truths awakening your mind. You can speak them out loud, write them in your journal, or meditate on them in silence. The form doesn't matter. The awareness does. These 12 lessons are not rules. They are invitations to live consciously, courageously, and calmly. The Stoic morning ritual, a slower rhythm, almost meditative, a guided reflection blending the 12 lessons into one daily practice. When you wake up tomorrow, try this. Before you touch your phone, before you speak, before you move, sit up, close your eyes, breathe deeply 3 times. Then say to yourself, I will master my morning. I will focus only on what I can control. I will meet difficulty with calm. I will turn obstacles into lessons. I will guard my thoughts and direct them wisely. I will be grateful for the chance to live this day. I will live simply and clearly. I will protect my focus and my purpose. I will not fear discomfort. I will accept life as it is. I will live to serve, not to impress. I will be fully present. Pause after each line. Feel what it means. Let it sink into your nervous system until it stops being words and becomes awareness. That's how you build your mind. That's how you strengthen the foundation that will carry you through any day, any season, any hardship. The world doesn't get easier, but you get stronger, wiser, calmer. That's the Stoic path. Not a path of perfection, but of progress. Living Stoicism in the modern world. Stoicism is not about detachment. It's about deep involvement without losing yourself. It's about standing firm in the chaos of modern life without letting the chaos define you. Today, the distractions are louder. The comparisons are constant. The pressure to perform never ends. But the Stoic still lives within you, calm, present, focused, grounded. You don't need to escape the world to be peaceful. You need to bring peace into the world through how you live. You don't need to reject ambition. You need to refine it. Let it serve virtue, not vanity. You don't need to silence emotion. You need to understand it, to feel it fully, and to guide it wisely. Every morning, you have the opportunity to reset, to choose awareness over reaction, reason over impulse, clarity over confusion. The mind you build each morning becomes the mind that lives your entire life. Resilience in practice. You will fail at these lessons sometimes. You will lose control, get distracted, forget gratitude, fall into frustration. That's natural. The Stoics failed too. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about his own impatience, his fatigue, his irritation with others, but he always returned to practice, again and again. That's the key. You don't need to be perfect. You need to return. Every time you come back to awareness, you strengthen your discipline. Every time you correct your thoughts, you deepen your peace. Every time you fall and rise again, your philosophy becomes real. The Stoic path is not walked once, it's walked daily. When you wake tomorrow and practice these lessons, you are not starting over, you are continuing the work. And that work, the building of the mind, is the most noble work a human being can do. The power of stillness. Stillness is the hidden core of all 12 lessons. Control teaches it, acceptance reveals it, gratitude deepens it, purpose expresses it, presence perfects it. Stillness is not the absence of motion, it's the calm center within motion. It's what allows you to move through life with clarity while others stumble through noise. Every morning, spend a few seconds in silence, not forced meditation, just stillness. Let your thoughts settle like dust in sunlight. Observe without judgment. Feel yourself existing, completely, peacefully. That moment of stillness will become your secret strength throughout the day. In chaos, you will remain composed. In noise, you will remain centered. In challenge, you will remember your calm. That is the fruit of daily Stoic practice. The closing reflection. You are not here to escape the world. You are here to engage with it, wisely, bravely, and peacefully. You are not here to live without pain. You are here to grow through it. You are not here to chase endless pleasure. You are here to live with meaning. The Stoics did not teach how to avoid life. They taught how to master it. And mastery begins each morning, in silence, in awareness, in reflection. These 12 lessons are not just philosophy. They are the architecture of a strong mind, the blueprint of inner peace, the daily path to freedom. When you wake tomorrow, remember, you are the sculptor and your mind is the clay. Each morning is your chance to shape it again. Build your mind, one lesson at a time, one morning at a time, until strength becomes your nature and calm becomes your power.